Good afternoon, good evening in other places. Welcome to Sabbath Saturday. Dr. Tabit-El with the prescribed word for today. And today I'm going to be talking about the year 2020. 2020. And I've heard a lot of people say, this has really been a year. And I like to say that this has been the year. People, whenever they were coming into this year, they said that it was supposed to be the year of perfect vision. Well, can you see clearly now, for real? If it's perfect now, then it means that you weren't seeing clearly before. And being that we still have 12 more days before the end of this year comes to a close, I wanted us to examine ourselves before we exit 2020. I know my mom used to say, and the people in her time, they would always say that every year carries its number. And truly, I've seen and I've heard a lot of people talking about the number of loved ones or the number of people that they knew that has expired or in this particular year. But before this year comes to a close, this calendar year comes to a close, we have 12 more days. And it's not the 12 days before Christmas. It's the 12 days before this calendar year ends. And I want us to examine ourselves. Sometimes we are really good at giving people advice. We're really good at telling people how they should be and what they should do and what they should not do. But I want us to reverse the roles on today. Let's see whether or not we can take our advice, whether or not we can take what we give to others and apply it to our own lives before the end of this year closes and the new year comes in. And with that saying, I don't know what anybody's heartstring is on today. Some people's are family, but I do know that there are things that's in all of us, and we all would like to think that we're right in some places. However, there's some things that have happened to us in our lives. People, places, things. We can associate ourselves with so many of those things, and whatever the experience was in those things, it produced hurt. But what we didn't understand concerning those things were they were supposed to be temporary. But what we did, we held on to those things and we carried them around in us. We carried them around with us. When I said them, it's not the things. It's the people that did the things. So, every year, they talk about have a happy, jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. And whenever that song came to my heart today, I thought about the jolly. I was like, it's not, but that didn't mean for you to be jolly as in big, because, you go all through the year and you carry this pain with you. You carry this person with you, in you, and it makes you bigger than what you are, but it's not big for your good. It's really playing against you. So when I thought about that, I thought about how we hold and how we carry. And as I said, I don't know what yours is on today, but we all have something. My pet peeve is my family. I love my family. Yours may be, and maybe your family member have done something or said something, an ex, your children, you name it, on this afternoon. But I can tell you this, we're all, since we always say, we say that nobody's perfect, and that's true. So today you should want to take responsibility first, to be accountable to yourself first. How can we hold somebody else accountable when we're not accountable to ourselves? So today, I want you to be able to listen to the advice that you would give if you were giving it to someone else. And I want you to hold yourself accountable before these 12 days are up for the year. How is it that seasons change? And we, in the season, when the seasons change, how is it that we don't change with the season? I always say that our lives are lived in doses. And that means that, there comes the season, there's winter, spring, summer, and fall. And there's different times in those seasons. But how is it that you are able to perfect yourself to live in a permanent condition as the seasons change? You don't change, but everything else around you is changing because you are determined to hold on. And you know what? Let me say this too. You could very well be right in what it is you're saying or the way you feel, but does that make you righteous? Does it make you righteous? That it comes then to split. It comes to separate. It comes to then judge, but you don't judge yourself. You begin then from what somebody else has done. You begin to judge everybody else by what that someone has done. And then everybody fits the same mold. And that's not good. It's not good and it's not right. There's too many wounded warriors out here today. There's too many. And the enemy that you're fighting with is the inner me. It's not the person, because 10 times out of 10, who you're holding inside of you that you have an ought with or an ought against. They're living their life. They don't even know. And sometimes they do, but they go on with their lives. How is it that they are free to live and you stay bound? That's not good for 2020. See where you are. See what you have. See what you possess. Let's not look at anybody else, because it's time now for us to be able to see ourselves and be able to be clear with what we see. And the only way we can get clarity is that we can confront what we fear, and that's on the inside of us. Confront your fears on today, and you will be able to move forward. I like to say this: you need to be able to give those that you're holding in, give them their life back. Give them their life back so that you can get yours back. Give them their life back. And it's not up to you whether they change. It's not up to you whether they do different. It's not up to you how long they live. It's not up to you what they do. It's not up to you. And by you holding them hostage inside of you, you can have them concealed in you, but they're still free on the outside. That's strange. That's really strange. So what you think you're doing, you're doing it to yourself. It's not affecting the person who you're holding at all. You're shopping for gifts for people at this particular time, and you haven't received the gift yourself. The greatest gift that you can give anybody is to release them. Release them. Hold yourself responsible for yourself. Hold yourself accountable for yourself. Release them on today. Let them live so that you can live. You got 12 days to deal with the inner you. You have 12 days to release. You have 12 days to stop going through thinking that you're all right, thinking that you're okay, and that's what you appear to be on the outside. That's what we all look like on the outside. But oh my goodness, if they could just see what's behind what's not seen. That's where the hurt, that's where everything, that's where the anger, that's where the frustration, that's where a lot of the things that's keeping us bound, that's where we hide it. And now it's getting to the place, if we're supposed to have 2020 perfect vision, it's come to expose us to ourselves first. You will never be able to see anybody else and to be able to help anybody else until you can see yourself, admit what you see, get the help you need for it, get the repentance, get the forgiveness, get whatever it takes. Then whenever you give something to somebody, you'll be able to have compassion on that person, and you'll be able to give it to them out of love. I know that to be true, and I know that of a truth. So today, the prescribed word is, sometimes you have to take your own word. You have to take your own advice, and you have to take it internally, and you internalize those things, and you find yourself, you let it go on the inside, and you let it work out of you, everything that's in you that's not working right, that's not working good for you. This, at the close of this 2020, I pray that all of us, everybody that's looking, everybody that's listening, I really do pray that first and foremost, we search ourselves to see whether or not we be in the faith, to see whether or not we are good with who we are, to see whether or not we're good with God. See, because the only way we get to know who we are is by knowing Him. He's the one that reveals to us who we are. So I say to you, give them their life back on today so that you can get yours. Do not let 2020 end with you holding the bag. No, it's not no money. There's no money in that bag. No, it's only problems, it's worries, and it's causing you to be sick. And you want to say you don't know what's wrong. Today, if you want another word, I'll tell you this. Today, you need to self-medicate. You need to take everything that you can give to somebody else that you believe is for their good, take it and apply it to yourself and use it for your good. Let these people live so that you can live. 12 more days before this calendar year ends. End it in good health. Blessings to you on today. Happy Sabbath.